Hi, and welcome back to my channel. This is my first clip for day 10 of 30, so I'm doing it. I'm being consistent. I didn't finish my book this morning. I had a long call that took me out of my reading zone, but I am listening to immersion reading Uninvited by Emily Shiner. I got it as, how did I do this? Somehow I got it as an audible. I got it as an audible book, but I'm not sure how I got it as a Kindle immersion reading book. But that's what I'm doing now. I'm 80% done with it, I believe. It says that I have a lot more to go. I don't know why it's saying that I have 4 hours to go. Oh, I have 46 minutes left to go. I was 4 hours. Okay, so I'm 80% done with that. I will finish Uninvited, start Closer Than You Know by Deborah Webb. And then I have next month Secrets You Can't Keep. And that's part of her Vera Boyett series. So because I have Secrets You Can't Keep coming up, and then I have Closer Than You Know in my backlog, I go grab it on Kindle Unlimited via audio, and I'll be able to get that done and reviewed. So you will get a review for Closer Than You Know because it's part of, like I said, that Vera Boyett series. And I did start The Storm by Rachel Hawkins last night, which I don't think comes out till January. So I had to start it because I was curious. I think it has 5 or 6 narrators. And so with all those narrators, I just had to give it a try. So that'll be it for now. I'll check with you later. Hi, welcome back to my reading vlog. I am just making a clip, checking in, letting you know what happened with my reading today and what my day's been like. So I just want to go over to the Kindle app, and it is saying that I am 33%. I love that number, 33% in a book. I did not plan on it. I literally did not plan on being there. I just opened my app to see where I was. 33% into a book to me is, once I get past that first third, then that second third is easy and that last third is easy. So a lot of times if I'm going to read before bed, my goal is always to read to 33% if I'm starting a new book. That's what's happening with this book. What book is it? It's Closer Than You Know by Deborah Webb. It is the Vera Boyett book number 2. And the reason that here it is at, oh my, is it late? It's later than I imagined it would be at 8 p.m. Why am I only a third of the way into the first book that I'm reading today? Well, I had kind of long hours yesterday. I had a second wind. I wrote a lot of book reviews on Saturday. I had my grandson yesterday. I went to bed late and I got up early. And then I had an appointment. And then I took a lovely nap under the warmth of my heating blanket on a very comforting, comfortable setting. So when I woke up, I was going to go right back to my book, but no, I needed to set up my very first event. The event is it's called 8 and 48. And the event is in January. It takes place January 9th through the 11th. The group is the Reading Corner Book Lounge, and I will be your host for that event. So I had a little bit of fun because ChatGPT only gave me, 3 chances to make an image and said, okay, you've used up all your quota. Come back tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. So no, I went over to PicsArt. I know a lot of you who are creatives use Canva, but I've been using PicsArt, and because I've been using it, my brain and my order of thinking for saving, downloading, editing, applying all of those little nuances of the PicsArt program, I've gotten used to. If I start using Canva, which gives me a lot more freedom for creativity, I'd have to learn a new language, and I don't know that I have the time to do that. So I was able to go ahead and get this invitation out. I am really, really excited. I just can't, I have to see if I can see it. So if I bring up the Reading Corner Book Lounge, it's right there, January 8th and 48th. I will share this image with you. So that's what I have done ever since I woke up. Now I will go back to my book. And like I said, it's Secrets You Can't Keep by Deborah Webb. I don't think, do I? Let me just check my, I think I have a blog tour in the morning. And if I do, I want to let you know what it is. Yes, my blog tour for tomorrow is Innocence Road by Laura Griffin. Okay, so that one is going up in the morning. And then I have about 20 days between blog tours, because my next blog tour won't be until the 21st. Well, that's 10 days. I can't do math. No math in here. That gap between blog tours, the 11th to the 21st, gives me a chance to keep that one in, one out concept that I'm trying to achieve. And one in, one out is reading a book, reviewing a book, publishing that review. I'm sorry, I'm just signing into my blogger. Okay, facial rec, yes, I am who I say I am. I am Robin. I've always been Robin. Okay. Hello. Okay, here we go. So, tomorrow morning, I have Innocence Road already ready to roll. Closer Than You Know is an audiobook review of a book that came out last year, or maybe around March or April of this year. So that review I will probably post tomorrow. Then I did look at two books that are at the top of my queue. They are Their Deadly Truth by Carla Kovacs and The Storm by Rachel Hawkins. So those reviews are in draft format. Then I have Still Waters from Rachel B. Good. And that one is another, forgive me. Patricia Johns, please forgive me. Then I have Still Waters by Patricia Johns, and I will get that review up maybe Wednesday. And I think, other than that, I still have The Writer's Retreat in Dick Van Dyke's book 100, Rules for Living to 100. So if I plan things the way that I want to, every day this week there'll be at least one review. If I have a good day where I don't need to nap with this fibromyalgia, fall weather, rainy outside, if I have a good day and I do get my 2 books read, because I haven't really done 2 books in one day yet. This whole November NetGalley 2.0 readathon, have not done 2 books yet in a day. So I am currently at book number 14, I believe, for November. And yes. Oh, no, actually, I'm on book 15. Okay. All right. I'll accept that. I thought I was on the 14th book. So I am on book 15. So I'm a little like a book and a little bit. Maybe a book and a quarter per day. And I know it's not all about numbers, but this is a readathon event. Okay? The NetGalley November readathon. So the goal is to read as much as possible. So that's my check-in. I might come back, maybe before I go to bed to let you know if I finished Closer Than You Know and if I got more of a framework of that particular book review written. So thanks for watching, and I will see you with my next clip. Okay, I just got 2 approvals from NetGalley, and I'm excited about both of them because I love audiobooks. And by the way, anytime you see a square graphic, when I put covers up, the square graphic means it's an audiobook. If it's a rectangle graphic, then of course it is a regular ebook. So those 2 are My Husband's Wife, and I'll tell you who the author of that is in one. Oh, Alice Feeney, My Husband's Wife. a mystery thriller. I love her stuff. I can't wait to read it. And then I have one more on my shelf that just came in. And this is A Bird in the Hand by Anne Cleves. And this is the first George and Molly Palmer Jones novel. So I haven't been able to get all of the books in her other series read. It's in my TBR on my series spreadsheet, but at the very least now I can start a new series as I'm building up my binging for the longer series. So those are my two approvals, and now we'll see how much more reading I can get done tonight. Okay, this is my last check-in, and it's for the end of Closer Than You Know by Deborah Webb. It's a really good book in the Vera Boyette series. As I mentioned earlier, I already read the first book, which I think was Deeper Than the Dead, because the next one in the series is Secrets You Can't Keep. So this is it for that book. And I think I'm just so up and down about what I want. Do I want to read a Carla Kovacs book, which is a really good book in a long-standing series by her? It's her Gina Hart series. Or do I want to move on to Unmarried and read of these sicko minds that, yeah, one little mistake. I keep saying I want to read that. And I've got a few more, but I just want to get through my November arcs. So now that I've talked about it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still have 10 November arcs to go. And this number, it's kind of a fluid number because I might get an approval. I might move things around, but let me think. If I put this post up on the 11th and I have 10 more, I am making a prediction that this time next week with, say, blog number 17, okay, because this is 10 out of 30. My goal is at vlog 17 out of 30, I will have finished my November arcs. And then I can move on to the very few December ones. I don't really have a lot of December arcs. I think I have like 6 left. I had more, but I've already read them. So, you know, I can get ready to start with the new year. I want to do 2, 1, 1. 2 backlog, 1 current, 1 upcoming. 2 backlog, 1 current, 1 upcoming. And as I do that, I'm hoping that the scale will slide down for the upcoming books. And I think for 2026 so far, I'd say I've got a good 30 books. So that it will take a while for me to, do that. So let's look at it as uphill climbing. I got to go up a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. As I do that, then I want it to be 3 to 1. 3 backlog to every new or upcoming book. Yes, new or upcoming in the same category. So right now it's backlog, current, and upcoming. We want to wipe current off the slate, right? So we have upcoming. So it'll be backlog, upcoming, backlog, upcoming. That's my goal. If I do good with that, let's say for the month of December, we'll just give it the whole rest of this year, 6 more weeks. If I do good with that, then I can jump back over to my series spreadsheet. And at some point, I will make a video to let you know what series I have my eye on for 2026. I thought I might be able to get a couple of these books read this year, but no, I'm just going to leave them alone. They can sit, they can wait, and then I will start that process because I love binge reading long series. I just love it. I love when there is continuity. In fact, continuity is probably one of my favorite things in books. For example, you might say, I love second chance romances. I love an intense thriller. Yes, of course, I can say something about the genres that I enjoy. But I also love the continuity that comes in with series. And it looks roughly, I have tentatively 5 series. Tentatively. This doesn't include continuing in series that I've already started, but I currently have 5 that are at the top of my list. So I think it's probably makes only sense to stay with that 5, see how long it takes me in 2026 to work with that. I haven't added how many books I have altogether, because in some of these series, I've read some of the books so far. So, for example, I want to do the Jenna Ivanovich Stephanie Plum series. Well, I've already read the first 16. So if there's 31 or 32 books, then I'm halfway through with that. So we'll talk about that in another video. Sometime today, after you see this video here, you will also see my week 1 wrap up. 15 books so far for NetGalley November. So I will be working on that video, edit that video together, and talk about the books that I've read so far. So that is the end of today's vlog. I want to thank you for watching, and believe me, I will see you around with the next one. Thank you again.